Hey gamers, welcome back to Game On, a gaming or gamers podcast. This is episode 2. Normally I have a couple questions set out, but this time I'm joined by Nate, also known as Baseball Tech. So how you doing, Nate?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. So a couple of questions I wanted to ask was, what was the first game you've played?
The first game I played, so I remember when I don't remember exactly how old I was, but I was young. My family was in Costco, and we got like a Wii system. So the first game I played was Wii Sports on the Wii.
Okay. I remember playing a lot of that.
Oh yeah, that was.
Which sport was your favorite?
You know, I'm a baseball player at heart, and I love baseball. But I think the one I enjoyed the most out of Wii Sports was boxing.
Okay. I
don't know.
I think I enjoyed tennis the most.
Yeah, I like tennis too. It was tennis and boxing. Those were the two best.
It was fun because if you felt like it, you could just swing the Wii remote all over the place and somehow still score points.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious. So you you have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Sort of. It only has one video currently. And I think another one's coming out pretty soon,
Maybe.
right?
Yeah.
Is there any interest in that, or was it just something to do?
I mean, it was kind of like I was on summer vacation and I had a lot of free time, so I put a video up, and it's kind of out there. I've been really busy lately. I work part time and have school, obviously, so it's hard for me to post a lot, especially if I have to edit and stuff. So
Right.
I don't plan on uploading consistently, but it's there if I want to upload something randomly.
So your current video that you have up is just keyboard and mouse sounds. What made you choose that? What
Uh,
like interest is there in doing keyboard sounds?
I mean, it was just because I enjoy playing Bed Wars and I didn't want to commentate.
Okay.
So that was
Can you
probably
tell
it.
me a little bit about the different keyboard sounds and what we were hearing specifically?
Oh, it was just my keyboard. It's a Red Dragon keyboard, so it's quite loud. Um, and I don't know. It was just something I did because I guess I was bored, and I kind of wanted to get into recording a little something, at least learning to use recording softwares and stuff. And
Gotcha. Sounds cool. Um, so I don't know if you keep up with any of this, but currently with the coronavirus, they've decided to cancel E3. It's a giant gaming convention, uh, just because of concerns. It generally happens in June. Do you have any thoughts on that?
no, I've heard of E3. I coronavirus has been pretty bad recently, and I'm hoping it dies off by then, and that stuff will continue to be able to go on in June. But yeah, I didn't know that it got canceled, but
Yeah, they were already looking that far ahead and decided to cancel it. But they are deciding to do a Nintendo Direct, which is happening pretty soon, actually. I think it's April 1st. I'd have to double check that. Um, I don't know if you're interested in any of the new Nintendo games coming out. I know
uh,
you play a lot of Mario Kart, but this will probably be more for the Switch.
okay, yeah. So yeah, I do play more Mario Kart, but I don't follow games all that much actually. I really only just play pretty much Mario Kart, Minecraft. That's pretty much it.
Okay. So what what what's brought you back to Mario Kart as of recently?
I found it interesting, and I kind of found it fun because I pretty much only played Minecraft in high school, and then here now in senior year, I just wanted to branch out into something a little different, especially going to college next year. I'll be able to have a game that's more interactive with people, I guess, and I enjoy Mario Kart. Racing is fun.
Cool. So the only Mario Kart we've seen for like the Switch is 8 Deluxe, which just adds didn't really add too much new tracks or characters. It added a few characters we've seen in like the recent Smash Bros, like Inkling and a couple characters from Animal Crossing, as well as the DLC, which ended up being like Link and the Hyrule Circuit. But what map would you like to see come back if we were to get a new Mario Kart uh,
Like a
track?
retro.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's a good question. So at least from the Wii courses, which is the ones I know really well, I kind of want to see them remake Maple Treeway. That was always a good track.
Okay. I
And
always enjoyed that track.
yeah, and Bowser's Castle Wii was also a really good track.
I don't remember that one actually as much. I remember the one that's from the SNES, the one that you've got the. It's very pixelated and
It's
8-bit, and
is
you
it
got
the
the yellow like jumps.
yeah, and the blue. It's basically all right turns, and it's got blue bricks on the side.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good track. So
That one or the one from the N64, which has like the spire and you've got the room with all the thwomps.
yeah, the N64. I liked all the Bowser's Castles in Mario Kart Wii. Like they're honestly a lot of fun to race. N64 and Bowser Castle Wii are my probably my top two. Yeah.
Cool. Um, so let's see, what else do we have this week? So in the latest snapshot of Minecraft, they have added a new mob called the it's like the skimmers. Let me look for exact names. Let's I have it right here. They added where is it? Additions. The Strider. It's a new passive mob that spawns obviously in the Nether for this Nether update, and it can walk on lava, and you can saddle it and ride it, but in kind of like a pig, but instead of carrot on a stick, you use a mushroom on a stick, one of the Nether mushrooms. Um, so what are your thoughts on that? I know you haven't heard too much about the new uh, update.
Let's just think of it this way. I I basically did not. I've been really out of the loop as far as new updates go. I did not play. I hardly played any 114. I don't think I even have 115.1 downloaded. I only have 115.2. So I have
Okay.
not followed any of the new. I still have a lot of stuff to learn about 115.2. I have not seen anything about 116 other than they're revamping the Nether, which I think is a really cool idea because the Nether is kind of boring. Currently, they've done a lot to the overworld, but not a lot to the Nether.
Okay. A
Yeah.
new block that they're adding or have added in this current snapshot that can be used both overworld and nether is the lodestone, and it's kind of like a waypoint for your compass, um, where you make it with chiseled stone brick and a netherite scrap. Uh, sorry, netherite ingot, not the scrap. Um, and you can place it in the world, and if you right click on the compass will point to that lodestone. And like I said, it can be used in nether or overworld. uh, any thoughts on that?
I mean, it's a cool concept, but like for at least for me, it'd be kind of useless mainly because I always use coordinate systems and stuff. So
Okay.
I mean, it's a cool idea, but for me at least, it's not practical. But I think it for other people it could be really cool.
Cool. Personally, I think it's a great idea. Um, because I'm thinking like for adventure maps and stuff like that, you can have different lodestones as like uh, save points or fast travels.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I don't. As far as it being practical for me, I don't see it being practical, but I think it is a cool concept nonetheless.
So then one of the new features is gold in the nether. Um, it comes around just about as often as nether quartz, a little under that. and can be mined with any pickaxe. Uh, just anything less than iron, and you get gold nuggets instead of ingots. Which I thought was pretty cool, as seeing that netherrack is a fairly soft substance. Um, but what would you like to see added to the nether? Mobs, structures, something like that.
I almost I almost want to see the Nether get some sort of boss. Like I get there's the Wither, but it's not like a naturally spawning boss. Like
So
you know,
something similar to the Elder Guardian that
yeah,
spawns in a structure.
I would really like to see that. I get they have Nether fortresses, but Nether fortresses aren't all that intimidating. Like I could roll in there day one and kind of take stuff out, and it wouldn't be that bad. I think like another boss in another would actually be kind of cool. So
Yeah, and it would add to the boss count, which is currently sitting at like what, 3? Um,
um yeah
I would like to see another structure come with that boss.
yeah that would be cool.
Um, I knew they had scrapped an idea 2 Minecons ago about a uh like an Uber Blaze. Uh, but I think if they brought that idea back, it could make a really cool boss.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure what I want to see in the boss. I just kind of know I kind of want to see a, a boss. Just in a new structure. I think would be good.
Right. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to especially the blue soulfire torches and the blue fire and stuff like that. Um, but you mentioned Hypixel and Bed Wars. Uh, what's your favorite as of through the past Bed Wars game modes?
Aside from like regular like the rotating
Yeah.
ones. Um, that's kind of hard. Like I kind of like Rush. Rush was okay as far as playing. Um, I hate Armed. Everyone like I hate Armed. Uh,
Yes.
I Castle is a cool concept. I like the idea of Castle, and it's fun when you're in a party with good players. But
Which one
like
was that?
as far as it's the 40v40 one.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do
Yeah,
remember that one.
but as far as trying to go for a team of 40 players and the fact that one of them without without fail has a fireball and I can never make it, it makes me so annoyed. So I just never played it.
Um, so currently you're thinking Rush is your favorite.
Yeah, I think Rush Voidless is actually kind of fun. Again, you have to be with good players to play Voidless
I never got a
for fun.
chance to try that one. That's one that I wish they'd cycle back in.
They have cycled it back in. I think you just missed the cycle. It was in the cycle last week.
Oh, bummer. I'll have to hop on and see if it's still there or if they've already cycled out.
They've cycled out. I think.
Bummer. Um, would you be interested in like a new item for Bed Wars?
Um, not
Because
really.
like sorry, go ahead.
I have an idea for a couple of things they could nerf, and um, I have an idea of something they shouldn't add. But as far as adding a new item, no, I don't really think so.
I'm sure Fireballs is on top of that list to nerf.
I don't have a problem with fireballs. It's just when you're on the first rush and the first team already has like 4 fireballs, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't understand how they get that many, even with quick iron.
I know it
Uh,
makes 2 of us. I can't figure it out.
um, but like at one point they were cycling in new items, and they haven't done that recently. Um, I think they stayed with the pop-up fort. Was there a different item, like cycled in item, that you would have seen more than the pop-up fort?
No, I mean the only other ones that they had like the sugar cookie one, which gave you like speed and strength or something, and that was no one used. I don't think I saw a single person use that one. I think I bought it like twice ever.
Hmm.
I didn't like the rotating items as much. I mean, I'm just glad that they didn't cycle in a fishing rod. If they cycled in a fishing rod and we had people rotting in Bed Wars, though, that would have been awful.
So you, moving on. As of recently, they just released a Super Mario Lego reveal, um, which appears to be a buildable Mario and Yoshi and some like overworld. They're looking more towards building, want to add more sets like Lego Zelda or Lego Metroid, and I know you play mostly Mario, but uh, what are like your thoughts on that as a
Um,
as a Lego set? If is there any set you want to see in particular?
I've been out of Legos for like 4 or 5 years now, so
Okay,
I don't I don't really have an opinion on that.
okay. Um, it's something that I found interesting that Nintendo even considered doing. Uh,
Yeah, that is interesting though.
I never saw it working out very well. So it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with
Yeah,
from
definitely.
there.
Yeah, because I know that they made like Minecraft Lego, but I don't think that did all that well.
Um, yeah, they've discontinued some of the earlier sets that I kind of wish they didn't. Um, as far as that goes, it's not to me. It's more of a shelf item instead of like an actual Lego set that I'd play with. Uh, well, I don't play with Legos anymore, but even back then, I'm not sure that they'd be anything more than, a shelf item.
Yeah,
I currently have the Ender Dragon Battle and the Nether Fortress up on one of my dressers. Uh, and they look pretty cool on the black furniture, but like I said, I wouldn't use too much else except for a shelf item.
yeah,
So, since the coronavirus has everyone in bed, someone uh, did this kind of challenge. It's kind of similar to see if Twitch can beat Pokemon, um, but this time it was can they clear Breath of the Wild, and it was actually pretty interesting. The all the actions were put up to the vote, put up to like a vote, and the streamer did have like access to the controller and moved him around, and actually went as far as to sabotage his own viewers by putting them in front of like an overworld boss and try and watch them uh, fight the boss. And they did clear it. They did. He it went so far as to say he got frustrated because he'd put them in front of a giant boss and they just backflip out. Um, so I thought that was really cool. Uh, it, it, it even goes on to say, "Cowards, all of you." But having played the game, I understand the strength of the boss, and when thinking about it, you've got several different people trying to uh, coordinate a character. But another thing that's been going on as of recently is coordinated Minecraft, where one person has the keyboard and the other has a mouse. And I remember us trying to do that at one point, um, and that didn't turn out so well.
oh yeah, I tried that with a friend a long time ago. That did not. No.
Weren't we trying to do like something on Sky? Was it Sky Wars
Oh yeah, I
or
did that with you. Yeah. We were trying to play. I think was it. I think it was Sky Wars. Yeah, I don't think that worked out really well.
No, that didn't. I'm pretty sure we fell off like the very first bridge. No, it wasn't even caused by anyone. It was just we fell off.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Um, but it's kind of interesting. to see how people have reacted to the coronavirus and being stuck inside. You've got all these different challenges going on of like, can Twitch beat a game, or can you and your sibling beat Minecraft while one person does the mouse and one does the keyboard. I find it interesting how people have managed to still socialize without ever leaving the house.
Yeah, it's true.
Um, because another thing is like they've whole countries have set up a Minecraft server so that you could still socialize with uh without ever leaving, and I thought that was kind of cool. Um, it has to be a lot of memory to have so many players on and all the different machines. I mean, we're talking like high pixel level of people. Can't be easy to maintain.
Yeah.
Um, so, and I mean, they've even gone so far to come up with ways to do uh, like tabletop games online.
Oh wow.
Um, I know you haven't followed it as much, but a lot of people are looking forward to Hytale, which is a
Yeah.
game produced by a game developer, or not game developer, but like a studio that branched. That's a branch of Hypixel. Um, what are your thoughts on it? It's got a lot of different graphics and items compared to Minecraft.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I was wondering about that. I was just thinking about it because I haven't heard much about it recently. And I know like last year they were talking about the release date supposed to be in like May or something, and now it's been almost a year, so I'm not sure exactly what's gonna come of Hytale, but I know that it was definitely a cool idea and concept, and a lot of people were quite excited about it.
In the latest blog, because they've been releasing a blog that letting the public know uh, what they've been up to. They've released like an inside look of their Foley room, which is like all their sound recordings for blocks and creatures and all that.
Okay,
And
that's cool.
they, yeah, they even went so far to say that we've actually used like a live species. They used someone's dog for dog sounds. Um, but the one I found interesting and a little disgusting was they've got a monster called, I think it's like a Skyrack, something like that. But it's like a desert bug, and it's a giant desert bug. Um, and they wanted a sound for their like the eggs, so you could hear if you were close to the eggs, right? Well, they what they did was they took like wet dog food and put it in a styrofoam cup and just squished it. Uh, and it's a neat idea, but it's like, ugh. But they do several things like that. Um, it so it seems to, so there's two views at least that I've heard about Hightail. You're either for it or completely against it because it's so. It seems like it's copying Minecraft's idea. It's a blocky sandbox adventure type game, whereas the opposite view is, well, yes, it is similar to Minecraft in original idea. It's got so much more. What's your stance on this?
um, I was never gonna get really far into Hytale, mainly because going to college soon. I probably won't have time really for video games in general, so I never really got into like how Hytale and Minecraft were different. Um, but I know that they did Hytale basically from what I saw seemed to be a more adventurous version of Minecraft. Because I feel like Minecraft has some bounds and limitations now because of what's already in the game. But Hytale incorporated the spirit of like adventuring and blocks basically, and just put it into just a completely different game.
So are you not concerned that like Hytale would fall into like this Minecraft stance of I already know like what most of the things are and how to beat them effective and efficiently without having to really worry about it to the point where it becomes more build based than adventure based.
Yeah, I think at least for a couple years when it comes out, it'll still be more adventure based. I mean, once a game's been out for a while, then people get all technical and have there's technicalities to every game. Like even Mario Kart has technicalities. So, um,
Right.
I mean, once it's out for a while, people will find those things. But when it's newer, people will still see it as more adventure based.
Okay. And supposedly newer updates would help continue spurring that spirit of adventure.
Yeah, more
Um
updates would definitely help with that.
so where do you think Minecraft has kind of I don't want to failed in that terms of keeping it more adventure based? Because like you said, it's kind of gotten more to community building and mini games and even adventure maps more than trying to explore your own world.
I think there's only so much you can do. I mean, I honestly didn't like some of the new updates, especially ones that like you'd have to reset your world to really see the effects of. But we have that.
So well, he's stepped out for the moment. Uh, you've got there's some character informations for Final Fantasy online. I don't know if it's still current. I pulled this up a while back. Um, let's see. There's currently technical details that are inconveniencing some people, um, according to Japanese and North American data. But as of recently, they've issued a new update for Monster Hunter Iceborne. It's mostly patch notes, but the update's now currently live. Um, Monster Hunter's been a game that I've always looked at and went, oh, that seems cool, but never really played. I'm looking, at least hoping to uh, get into it one of these days, and especially with like Monster Hunter World, where the graphics just look really good. Um, so yeah,
Yeah. Hey. Sorry to cut this a little short, but I do have to go right now.
no problem.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
No problem.
I'll talk
Have,
to you later.
definitely have a good one.
You too. So that's most of what I have. I do have a question from a friend of mine who sent this question in way before the first episode, but I forgot about it because it was all the way back at my notes. Um, as what are your goals or accomplishments for what do you want to accomplish and or what have you accomplished? Um, I haven't thought so much about goals like where I want to get. Um, what I have accomplished is I've learned a little bit more about how everything works in the past year, just between recording, editing, videos, type of videos, what works, what doesn't, thumbnails, stuff like that. So I consider that a huge win. Where I want to go, at least for this current year, is I want to try and bring new people in. One of the things I'm trying is this. Um, so yeah, with that, it'll this one's been Game On, the second episode. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in next week.